Okay, Namaskar and welcome to our every Tuesday Viveka Cudamani class. This is an ongoing class from Bharat Sevashram Sangha, New Jersey, USA. And I mentioned before that this is one of the most beautiful scriptures, and we all enjoying. Myself, study when I study alone, I enjoy. And few people who are attending class, right here at the beautiful temple of Bharat Sevashram Sangha, New Jersey, they also enjoy. And so hopefully those who are listening to me today from distant places also will be enjoying. So before I take you to the main scriptures, let me do my Guru Pranam first. Om Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Chaiva Tato Jayo Mudirayet Vyasaya Vishnu Rupayo Vyasarupayo Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Vidhaya Vasishtaya Namo Namaha Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badurayanam Sutra Bhashya Krito Vande Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmatacharya Pariyantam Bande Guru Paramparam Om Dhyanamulame Guru Murti Pujamulame Guru Padam Mantramulam Guru Ravakyam Mokshamulam Guru Kripa Om Namo Sri Bhagavate Pranavaya. Okay. So last couple of weeks, actually, couple of classes, we going to that qualities. Let me check how many qualities here. So we have been going through the Shota Sampatti, actually 6 kind of noble qualities we have been going. And if we remember the last class, we were discussing about how the last time we discussed in the verse number 27 and 28 we started. Means the 27 it says like this: Ahankaradi dihantan bandhan ajnana kalpitan saswarupena abodhena muktum ichcha mokshata. So verse number 27 actually describe what we mean by complete freedom from all types of bondage. Mumukshata, which is known as mumukshata, means a hankering or hunger to attain the final goal of spiritual life. That is called mumukshata. So it says like, there is many types of the bondages starting from the ego and up to there is mental bondage, even nobody, binding you for anything from outside. But we feel like we are being binded because mono ebo mokshono bandhana karanam. Our mind is the cause of our bondage and liberation, freedom. Nobody actually, binding me or attaching me or influencing me in any way to be, binded by anything. Because mono ebo mokshono bandhana karanam. It is our own mind that is the cause of our bandhan, the attachment and freedom, feelings of freedom. So it say that by understanding our own self, to be free from all those bondages like ego or bondages developing from our own mind, and so that is, and we have the what you call desire to be free us from all kind of bondages, that it called mumukshata, or wishes to be attainment of freedom, that we read last 27, right? So we'll be starting today from verse number 28. So verse number 28, Viveka Cudamani by Adi Shankaracharya. It's very beautiful. We all will be enjoying. It goes like this. Mondo, please look at your the book. Mondo, Madhyamo, Rupapi, Vairagyena, Samadhina, Prasadena, Guroho Sheyam, Pravriddha Suyate Phalam. Again, Mondo Madhyamo Rupapi, Vairagyeno Samadhina, Prasadeno Guruho Sheyam, Pravriddha Suyate Phalam. You see, this Sanskrit a little bit, not like what we read in the Sanskrit in Vedas. Many things develop at our own mind. Nobody actually outside, binding me or causing me any kind of thing. Many things develop in our own mind. So mind is the main cause in the sense of bondage and freedom. If you feel that, okay, I'm free, my body is performing my duties, because there is some certain duties which we need to perform, regardless at the temple or in home. If nobody tell you, but still you need to do that. So nobody forcing you to do anything, but we do it. Those are our duty. That's called daily routine. It has nothing to do with our binding or anything, because these are duty. Even if we go to the heaven, say Lord Vishnu protecting the world, so his duty to protect the world. So Lord Brahma, as we see in the Hinduism, his duty to create. As we see outside of this building, we see the creation, so many types of creation. And many types of created creatures already abolished. A new thing coming up. Suddenly we read, in the land, in ocean, in sky, so many types of, millions of types of creatures beyond the natural beauties. Beyond our planet, if we go to the other 9 planets, all these are creation. Maybe billions of years are there, the 9 planets and our sun. And beyond our planetary system, there might be other sun. They have their own planet, which we call universe, like NASA scientists, they are discovering, they are shocked like, and they're becoming like pagal, because when they're going to that, laboratory, doing research all day, they forget the outside world. And as they're going deeper, and they're unable to express their feelings to outside world. Those astronauts are going to the, staying there sometime months. They coming back, it's so difficult for them to explain. From there, they see, look at the planet, like how we see moon from here. So from there, they see the planet and they think, oh my God, that is the planet we live. All these ocean, countries, so much problems, so much fear to lose job and so much worriedness. So sitting at those, what you call their vehicles, they look at the planet Earth. So that is our, residence. We stay in that planet. Sometimes we fight terribly with 2 friends fighting, taking to court each other, terribly, hating each other. All in that planet they think. So when they come back, they are unable to express their feelings to their family even. The same thing here. So what it say that even though our hunger to attain the final goal of spiritual life. So if we practice that 6 types of qualities, like if you remember Sham, the calmness and mind concentration, Dom, sense control, restraining the senses and passions, Titiksha, the ability to endure hardship, Shraddha, faith, Uparati, that is detachment, cultivating a sense of detachment from worldly desire, Samadhana, self-settledness, and Mumukshutvam, burning desire for self-realization. This called Shata Sampad, 6 quality. So, even though we practicing slightly and moderate way of this 6 quality, Mando Madhyama Rupapi, Vairagyeno Samadhina, means the Vairagya is the discrimination and dispassion, if we practice in moderate and in a slight way, and Samadhina, that 6 quality we have been talking last couple of classes. And with prasadena guruhu, that is one of the main thing, and with the blessings of Guru, Shiyang praviddha suyate phalam, and that also give result. So what we getting from here, if we practice these 6 types of qualities and the detachment in a slight and moderate way with the Guru Kripa, this also can give us the final goal of life. Now the word we want to discuss here, so that means Shankaracharya also believe in the blessings of Guru, right? So what we see in Hinduism, in Hindu practice, there are too much dependence on the blessings of Guru. I mean, people believe strongly that Guru's blessings, like myself also, whatever I do, I believe this is the blessings of Guru. Like we sing, Guru Kripa Hi Kevalam, only Guru's blessings. If we fail, that is Guru's wish. That's how we have been trained. And if we achieve the goal, that is also Guru's wish. And without the blessings and Ashirvad of Guru, it is difficult for us to reach that goal. That's why I say, Guruhu prasadena. Prasad means blessings. Guru's love. Prasadena Guruhu. Now, as we see all the books I read, Mahabharata, Ramayana, or Vedas, Upanishad, Puran, all these, the Hindu traditional scriptures, there are stories and explanation of the importance of a Guru everywhere. That okay, when say that you alone trying to reach some kind of spiritual fulfillment, you don't go anywhere. You don't believe in Guru system, and you feel that I don't need a Guru. No, say that people are there, and the people who practice other faith like Christianity, Judaism, Islam, and Buddhism, maybe they are not. They do not agree with Hinduism that we don't need a Guru, right? So, but Hinduism, the believing in Guru is so much. So, what they use the other word, Guru means not a human being, an experienced spiritual teacher. Those who went through the process of all these 6 qualities, those who attained self-realization, and those who practice also all this process of system in spiritual life, and they achieve, they attain, or they reach that goal. So we are talking of them. And instead of Guru, like say in the computer world, we go to computer classes to learn. So basically the person who is teaching me is like Guru. Music class, I sing so beautiful, I'm a stage performer, people appreciate me. But then I'm thinking I need to learn vocal music professionally. So I go to the teacher now, who is an established singer, he or she say that stop all this stage performance, playing harmonium. No. You sit in front of me. First you learn where is your sa, the first word. And that takes even 6 months, sometimes 1 year, to learn where is my sa only. We call shadows in music world. And then he said that, cover your 1 year, more early morning, don't play any musical instrument. That's the tanpura only. And here that make sure that your tune and the tanpura you pronouncing right way. So it takes sometimes 1 year to find out my own side. Imagine he was already a stage performer, earning money, people appreciating, but now Guru telling that you stop everything, just sit in front of me. Maybe 1 year gone, you learn just couple of the, because all coming from nature. Like when you singing sa, so sometimes we sing Om. So Guruji telling that should come from your navel, not from here, right? It should come up from the navel. It's like Om. Omkar Mahamantra. Omkara is the greatest hymns from all hymns. It should come from your navel to the Anahata Chakra, to Vishuddha Chakra, to the Agya Chakra. And you merge in that sound. Then you enjoy the sweetness of true music. You understand? So that's why musician also sometimes they become like pagal, because with that omkar coming from the navel area, when they're sitting with them, sometimes they forget of the food. If they're married, they need to earn money also to support their family. Many musicians are very poor because they're not like how you working office. They're full time, trying to kind of thing, enjoying music, but on the other side, they're very poor financially. So that is how called Guru. You're going to learn Sanskrit now. The teacher will be teaching, how to go through the Sanskrit, little grammar, little pronunciation. You want to learn how to pronounce Bhagavad Gita, slokas from Bhagavad Gita, even Vedas, where to keep the hand, where to lift up the hand, with the slokas we're reciting, the teacher will be teaching it. So we call them Guru. So it's not like a spiritual, anybody can do. It should be a master of that particular subject. We call them Guru. Every field. If you go to a karate class, the karate teacher basically a Guru. We go to the karate class and teaching, okay, this is how you stand, this is how you do, this is how you do. So karate teacher basically, to a karate student, he is the Guru. So the spiritual also, I want to taste divinity. I want to feel the touch of God. And but I don't know how. So Swamiji, how to sit for meditation, how to do meditation. Because when I close my eyes, my mind is so restless. It runs here, there. Even we sitting for meditation for 10 minutes, we see the phone couple of times, what message coming. So, and sometimes, there is frustration also, because you can't control your restless mind. And you walk, you talking with the people, you are not disturbed. But when you sit at an ashram, close eyes, quietness, so you getting like your head is hot, lot of thoughts coming in the mind. So that's how we need a Guru, to sit at the feet of Guru, because this class related to spiritual world, so we need a experienced spiritual teacher, whom we call Guru. So here in this verse, even somebody practicing that 6 qualities in a slight or moderate way, but with the quality of detachment, sense of detachment, and with the blessings of Guru, that can also work. Means one day we will be reaching that goal. So the whole thing, this particular verse, is this verse give a sense of hope. It's giving a hope, because many of us, we do little meditation, we do little job, and because of the call of the duty, because there's so much things we have to do. So call of duty is taking away all of my time. Even though I go home, you cannot sit down because maybe one bulb is not working, maybe lawn need to do, maybe trash need to throw. There's so much thing. You're rushing again, and then morning time you're rushing to your office all day. Hardly we get time. So among all these things, how we can practice a little bit, only the habit. Practice. It's a kind of daily habit. Either we go to bed or early morning, 5 minutes daily, okay, sit down, 10 minutes maybe, maximum, sitting for meditation. It's kind of building up a habit. Habit is so important in life. So from this particular verse, what we're learning, that even though we practice our meditation, Nam, Jop, the chanting, we do moderate way or slightly way, but with the blessings of Guru, that also can work. Ultimately, we'll reach the goal of spiritual life. So this particular verse teaching that thing. Let's see what is verse number 29. Vairagyam cha mumukshatvam. Please read. Vairagyam cha mumukshatvam. Verse number 29.
Vairagyam cha mumukshatvam.
Tibram yashyatu vidyate.
Tibram yashyatu vidyate.
Tasmin eva arthavantaha.
Tasmin eva arthavantaha.
Shuhu phalavantaha samadaya.
Shuhu phalavantaha samadaya.
Vairagyam cha mumukshatvam.
Vairagyam cha mumukshatvam.
Tibram yashyatu vidyate.
Tibram yashyatu vidyate.
Tasmin eva arthavantaha.
Tasmin eva arthavantaha.
Tasmin eva arthavantaha shuhu.
Tasmin eva arthavantaha.
Phalavantaha samadayah.
Phalavantaha samadayah.
So the first verse we read that if we practice in a slow way, in a slow mood, with the blessings of Guru and sense of detachment, we will be able to reach the final goal of right, correct? Now the next one telling, in this case, in his case, verily, whose renunciation and yearning for freedom are intense, calmness and the other practices have their meaning and bear fruit. Means, vairagyam, the sense of detachment, mumukshatvam, and the hunger for liberation, hunger for final goal of spiritual life, yashvatu vidyate, where we see it. Somebody is really, really hungry. True hunger develop in the mind to feel the touch of God. A true yearning, longing develop in the mind to feel the sweetness of God. Where that develop, tasmin evo artho bantaha su phalavanto samadaya. The 6 qualities we have been talking, that can work very fast. Now you see the hunger, spiritual hunger, right? You say, what is true spiritual hunger? Because what we see example, there are many examples in spiritual book when the true spiritual hunger develop, people are unable to function the way you functioning in office, in home. Very difficult, because God now calling you, and all this sense of duty, all this sense of performance of your own given work, and all those sense of responsibilities. It's like you are unable to function. You want to do that, but you are unable to function because your mind, it's working at a different level. Like for example, that we say that we went to a funeral home, right? So we see a body in the casket, priest doing little prayer, the family crying, and people speaking of the good qualities of the deceased person. We hear all those things, and we read from either from Bible or Bhagavad Gita or any religious text. And so after that, we take the body to the, if it is a Hindu, they burn the body. We take the body to where the fire, what you call that? We push the body. What do you call that area?
Crematorium.
No, crematorium, the place where the fire is, push the body and switch on, so it fire come up. What do you call that particular area? Burning
Furnace.
pyre, how it sound? Pyre? Furnace? Pyre? What's the meaning of pyre? P-Y-R-E.
Well, pyre, a funeral pyre is usually like sticks and that are burned.
Sticks, yeah, that we do in India, but here I think
It's
the
an
furnace.
electronic pyre.
Maybe it's a furnace is the right word.
Yeah.
So we push the body in the furnace, and then they cover it, and usually son or daughter, they go and push a blue bottom, the fire come out. So all this man or the lady who is inside the fire now, all his life he worked so hard to achieve so much thing, to earn a PhD degree, to be a doctor, to be a computer specialist, or to be a monk to achieve the spiritual goal, or a woman, a beautiful woman, or all are burning now. Nobody with her or with him now. So now the people who win, like that I also win, we develop a sense of detachment that time. Those people who go there, they develop that, because you see in front of your eyes. But after maybe one day, after that we become normal. Again we practice hatred, jealousy, and we fulfill our duties, because just one day, that is called true Vairagya. We call Shashan Vairagya in our word, is that Vairagya or detachment develop only in the cremation ground. Like when you went with your mother, while the priest was reciting from the Torah, and we put your mommy's body inside the mud, that time we feel, oh my God, this is the last. Sometimes we go there to do meditation where your mommy is still there, but we feel it, kind of sadness there. But after we come out that place, we become normal again. Again, we are the victim of anger. We are the victim of the attachment, wrongful, thing or whatever, So that is called temporary. But a true seeker of spiritual life is inside, he is like his body, every root of the hair of his body, every root of the hair of his body, chanting the beautiful name of God. He or she feeling that spirit of, feelings with the touch of God, and he or she is unable to perform their duty, helpless. Hope you understand what I mean. There is many example in the, if you read the Bible, the Christian saints or the Sufi saint, and there are many Indian saints also, holy men, they were unable to function the way in the society we function our role. Because the true hunger to taste God, to develop, I think the God is pulling them in that road, that way. So Vairagyam cha mumukshyatam tibram. Tibram means very, that yearning, that longing, that hunger is very fast, intense, and that's why Tasmin evo arthashu falavanto samadaya. All the 6 qualities we have been talking last few classes, those qualities bear fruits fast. Right? Now some of the example of the, I'm just bringing one to example to you so you will know. There was a saint, we call it Shamacharan Lahiri. Shamacharan Lahiri. One day he was working, he used to work in a royal palace, right? Late night he was working for his master. While he was working, he was married, so he was working. Suddenly he realized his wife standing in front of him. It was late night, he was still working for his office, is the palace, and suddenly he feel like his wife standing in front of him. So he washed his eyes and kind of thing. See why I see her. Again he opened the eyes, he could see his wife standing. But the next day news came that his wife passed away exactly same time. So naturally a kind of boirago detachment, he loved his wife very much and they spent so much of good time togetherly. They had dream to build up a heaven in home. And now just imagine, before she goes to heaven, she appeared in front of her husband in a sukshma, in a finer way. And he was very surprised. So in the meantime, Shamacharan Lahiri was transferred to some hilly area, forest area for his job. So number one, his wife passed away. Number two, it was a deep forest area. He went that side to work. So one day after finishing his job, he was taking a stroll in the jungle. So while he was going here, there, he entered a little deep jungle area, forest area. Then he realized that one place looked like somebody was performing havan, half-burned wood, and there was a trishul. There was, when the saints sit for meditation, they put their hand, because the mala, they do job, so they support their hand with a small stand. So, keep the hand and they do job. That is also falling there. And ashan, the tiger skin, to sit for meditation. Look like little cave. So he was wondering, look like some saint or some spiritual practitioner did not complete his job and left somewhere. And in the meantime, a voice came, Shamacharan, do you remember all these things? It is you used to practice here, your tapasya, your spiritual austerities. It's all Hobun Kund, the ashan, everything is here. So that time, Shamacharan, what you call boiragya, the sense of detachment developed. He gave up the job. He restarted from where he left in his previous birth. And there also a philosophy coming, which is called rebirth. You could see here, the Hinduism believe in rebirth. But I'm sure that your religion, do you believe it?
We just don't emphasize it.
But believe.
We believe it, but it's not commonly practiced that we.
What word they use? Say that somebody going through a hard time, what they say?
Well, they counsel us to do good in the world here and now.
Yeah.
And not to reflect on past lives as being the cause of the worldly problems, but to move forward. There's a lot of consideration about why bad things happen to good people, but we're asked to nonetheless do the work to repair the world.
But when say somebody going through very hard time of life, do they say this is the result of my past action? Do they say that?
They typically don't say that. They typically listen.
So what word they say when somebody going really very hard time in life?
I can't say for my tradition, but typically the rabbis will listen to the hardship. Maybe read from the Torah of other people in the biblical days that suffered greatly. Job would be an example, the story of Job. We would be pointed back to our scripture for finding meaning.
Look, these people also
When somebody
went.
dies, we say a prayer about the glory of God. We don't dwell on that hardship. We just realize how the glories.
Okay, but Hinduism deeply believe in the karma, the fruits result of one's action. It's called law of karma. And this philosophy say that if somebody going through really hard time in life, they say this is the result of his or her past karma. They strongly, and there are many examples also at our holy books. Many examples say that somebody is a music lover and spend a lot of time thinking of music, practicing music, but they could not achieve, like say Michael Jackson. He achieved that goal in music, the Madonna, right? What you call the other famous lady singer?
Lady Gaga.
No,
Madonna also.
the Michael Jackson time. The Madonna? No.
was there, yeah.
Madonna? No. Madonna is a
still
singer.
is.
She's a singer.
Yeah.
She's still singing,
Yeah, she's still singing.
but very popular, right?
Yep.
Female singer. And so they achieved that goal, You could see Michael Jackson, whatever he wear, young people was, one sock white, one sock dark. The boys, young boys, they follow that, So he become a kind of example in front of the young generation. But there might be many singers in this country, but they could not achieve that goal, right?
Right.
They practice more than Michael Jackson, but they could not achieve nothing. So here coming the what you call the philosophy of rebirth. Somebody practicing, and then he died. He could not achieve that goal. Now next birth, from early age, he restarted his journey in music line again. Same in the spiritual life also. Somebody like how Shamacharan Lahiri, he practiced, spirituality, and he did not achieve that goal. Maybe he had hunger or wishes to get married, get married and experience the family life. So he reborn and he married, and then he see late night working. His wife passed away. Right that time, she appeared in front of his eyes. All these things, maybe he wanted, because of his previous birth, he had that hunger that I should get married, I should have a friend, so. That's how the philosophy of rebirth coming. It's called law of action. What you today is the result of your own action. What I am today is the result of my own action. And I cannot blame nobody. Right? If I am happy, it's my action. If I am suffering, is also result of my own action. So that is how we call law of karma. It's one of the great philosophy actually, and people believe in it, Like say that a lady marry a man, or a man marry a woman. So they say that this is our karma. Maybe because our karma, so we came together. Because somebody came from India, a man came from India. Maybe the lady came from Brazil, right? When the man was doing his visa, taking first flight to America, he did not think of anything. His dad maybe was thinking that they were looking for a girl in India. But when he reached here, maybe in university, maybe in workplace, maybe in park, or maybe in job place, so he meet that Brazilian lady, right? And they marry. So there they say this is our past karma. That is why we meet each other here. Because even the lady did not think of it. Maybe she came to study here doing her PhD or something. And you could imagine somebody coming from village of India and somebody coming from all the way from Brazil. And they're meeting together, they're marrying, and they're living a family life. And they never thought of it. They never imagined. So here they believe maybe our past karma. And they believe because, the Gurur Puran, right now, the 15 days before of Ma Durga Puja, the starting the time of worshipping the forefathers, our past forefathers, we call Pitri-Pox. Starting soon, I think. 15 days, 20th will be the last day of prayer to our ancestor. 21st. So from 22nd, we'll be worshipping Goddess Durga. That we call Matri-Paksha starting. Right? So this is the time to pray for our ancestor, those who passed away at our nearest and dearest one. So just imagine that the same Guru Puran writing that is already written at your forehead of what kind of work you are going to do, whom to marry, when you will die. All these are written there. And people believe in those things. So why I am bringing this topic here, that when this wish to achieve the final goal of spiritual life is a dying wish, you say you cannot get out of it because you develop that kind of wish that you cannot function properly in a family anymore. It's not your fault actually. There may be God making you that way. Tasmin eva vairagyam cha mumukshatvam tibra jasya tu vidyate, where it is dying kind of hunger to see God, to feel the touch of God, to taste the sweetness of God. Tasmin eva arthavanta suhu phalavanta samadaya. There all the 6 qualities also function very much better way. So the first sloka we learn that when somebody practicing the detachment and the other 6 qualities in a slow and moderate way, with the blessings of Guru, sometimes it gives good result. But the second one we read, where these 6 qualities and the detachments we practice in it and develop in a kind of intense hunger to reach the spiritual goal, so that become faster. That is how we learning in the verse number 29. Now, let's see how that verse number 30, what it say. Etayor mandata yatra viraktatva mumukshvayaha maro solilavat tatra samade bhani matrata. Etayor mandata yatra viraktatva mumukshvayaha maro solilavat tatra samadir bhani matrata. However, where this renunciation and yearning for freedom are mentally and physically inactive, so where this renunciation and yearning for freedom are not so active, not so intense, torpid, their calmness and the other practices are as mere appearances like water in desert. You see the second line, Moro Solilavat Tatra. Moro is there at the desert. Morubhumi, we call Morubhumi at our language. Moro is the desert. Solilo is the water. So Moro Solilavat Tatra. It looked like water in the desert. Actually, there is no water, but look like desert. So what it say? Where one practice very slow, that 6 called Etayor mandata jatro, viraktatto mumukshayaha, where the hunger for liberation is very low, extremely low, and where the practice of that said 6 qualities also very little, there the moro solilavat tatra samadir bhanomatrataha, All these 6 qualities we're talking of is like we see water in desert, that means is inactive. 6 qualities we have been talking, just one time again I'm reminding. Sham, the calmness or mind control or inner tranquility, this first quality. And the second quality, dam, sense control or restraining the senses and passions. Third quality, titiksha, the ability to endure hardship and adversity with patience and calmness. Shraddha, faith, having unwavering faith and conviction in the teachings and guidance of spiritual path or from the teacher. This is the fourth quality. And the fifth quality, uparati, detachment, cultivating a sense of detachment from worldly desires and activities. Samadhana, self-settledness or maintaining a focused and one-pointed mind, especially during the part of meditation and spiritual practices. Mumukshutvam, burning desire for self-realization. These 6 qualities. I'm reading repeatedly because here it says, where these 6 qualities are practiced in a very little, their liberation or attainment of spiritual goal is like far distance, like we look like water in the desert. Almost impossible. We see in ashram also, like say when we monk leave home, like I'm sitting in front of you, life was like you all, there was family people and there was love, what you call competition among the brothers, and living in society, you have the dream of the what you call in achievement in life, in material life. But then we could not stay in nobody influences me or the monk you see at our ashram, and Vishwanath Swamiji living with me. Nobody actually tell us go to ashram and stay. Nobody tell us. I did not meet any monk like that. I personally never meet. And nobody tell us and I don't tell anybody too. You say you know me so many years. I don't tell nobody because I know this is not telling somebody. Whatever is being written at your forehead is going to happen surely. Whatever the wish of your guru, what the wish of God is going to happen. We cannot stop it. So nobody influenced me too. And we could not stay in home too. That was a kind of very difficult to stay inside the house. Look like somebody holding our neck and trying to throw us outside in an unknown world. That is called a burning, But then after coming to the ashram, many of us forget the purpose we living in the ashram. The living in the ashram, the whole purpose is to attainment of spiritual goal. That's the whole part. Not the building, not the land, not the money, not the devotees, not the name, not the fame. No, that's a wrong kind of approach. Yeah, we do like how you do work in home. When a bulb is not working at your home, you change the bulb. So I do the same. The water leaking, some kind of plumbing problem. You call a plumber, I call a plumber, and you feel pain when you paying the bill. I feel pain too, that ashram money going out. If something break, you feel pain because that is your hard work, earn money, you buy things. And your children is not understanding how you work hard to buy a curtain. Because the children will understand when they will buy. Same thing happen in ashram. Say the new monk come, they say, why all this curtain you need? Just throw. It's useless here. Why you need curtain? So these are the common thing. But on the other side, that I'm thinking this all Guru's property. I'm here, so it's my duty to protect the Guru's properties. Guru's, everything belongs to Guru. Nothing belongs to me personally. And it's all in the name of Guru. Bank account, the name of ashram. and construction going on is also name of Guru and the name of ashram. But the difference is that since we live in the monastery, our main goal to spend more time in spiritual practicing like japa, meditation, quietness, study of the scriptures. When you're studying the script, like I read Bhagavad a lot. So I read Bhagavad, maybe many times I'm reading. Every line I'm going through the Bhagavatam, and like Bhagavatam writing, wish fulfilling tree in heaven can wish fulfill your wish. Or a philosopher's stone, the touching stone. The stone, if you touch a piece of iron, it becomes gold. Can give you material, fulfillment of a material life. But what Guru gave is boundless, because Guru opened the door. Guru opened the pathways. Guru showed the path to fulfill the human birth. Guru's appearance, Guru talks, company of the Guru help us to move forward in the life of spiritual life. So that is how is Bhagavatam writing. So I'm reading so many times, and then thinking also. So in the verse number 30, what we see, that where the 6 qualities are practiced very little, their spiritual goal is far distant, like how we feel water in the desert, So here I'm reading the meaning. Where this renunciation and yearning for freedom are torpid or very weak or very little, their calmness and other practices are mere appearances, like that 6 qualities, right? Like water in a desert.
Swamiji, verse number 28, we just read, if the speed is slow, if it is not intense,
we achieve nothing.
We achieve nothing. So it's
No,
like,
but you see the difference in Sanskrit? The verse number 26, if you look at the Mando Madhyam Rupani. And the verse number 30, Etayor Mandota Jatra. See the difference? Almost a zero practice.
okay. Now
But the verse number 28, we practicing
it's more
not like intense. Right? So the verse number 28 is not intense. Verse number 29, intense. And verse number 30, almost no practice. It's a very normal thing, Arki. I mean, if we do not practice, we cannot expect the result. Music class, any class. You're going one day, go to the teacher once in a week, you go, you're paying $50, but you don't practice at all. How I will, but if I practice a little bit, okay, 2-3 days, even 15 minutes daily, little bit. But intense practice, that give goal. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So today this will be the last one, Brian. It's a very, if you see the verse, and you have 3-line verse or 2-line?
2 lines.
2 lines, okay. Moksha karano samogryam
Moksha karana samagriyam
bhakti revo goriyasi.
bhakti reva
You
guriyam.
see, even Shankaracharya, who is a Vedantist, he is talking of the bhakti. So, moksha karana samogriyam
Moksha karanam samagriyam
bhakti revo goriyasi.
bhakti reva guriyam.
So, let us read this line first. Among things conducive to liberation, devotion or bhakti alone holds the supreme place. Imagine, we're talking of the Shankaracharya, even his mouth, the word coming out, bhakti. He's a Vedantist, kind of dry thing. He talks of the, who is talking, you remember, he talks about the Brahma Satya Jagat Mitha. The same Shankaracharya who talked about the Brahma Satya, the God is real and Jagat Mitha, and the rest is unreal. Supreme is the real, the Brahman is the real, And this Jagat, with our family members, with our home, our job, our friends, our relatives, this beautiful world, he's talking everything is unreal. Jagat mithya, he's talking. Same Shankaracharya, he practiced what you call Ekom evo Dityam, Advaitavad. Advaitavad means with your spiritual practices, you are lost in divinity. Like how a river, like say Hudson River or Mississippi River, and when it falling to the ocean, it is losing its self-identity. When the Hudson River falling in the Atlantic Ocean or Mississippi River falling in the Atlantic Ocean, and they are called ocean. Nobody say this is Hudson River water. Nobody say this is Mississippi River water. Correct? So according to Shankaracharya, now we are known, okay, Swami Amarnathananda, Brian Tucker and so. Now because of my meditation and all these things, practices, I merge in divinity and I lose my self-identity. I become one with the Brahman. Right? I become Aham Brahmasmi. I am that Brahman. Soham. I am that. The four Vedas giving four messages, Aham Brahmasmi, and then Soham, four messages, means I am that. So like say that we, because we live in monasteries, we follow our Guruji, Acharya Swami Pranavananda. So when we do meditation, we think of the Guru's, that yogi appearance. Yogi Swami Pranavananda. So sometimes while we're doing meditation, we feel like me and my Guru's body are become one. I don't see that Swami Amarnathananda has a different appearance, a different body. While meditating, we feel like my body and Guru's body merge into one, all become Guru's body. So that is called Advaita, not two, one. So same Shankaracharya is talking of the bhakti here. And it's very shocking to me too. Because somebody who is talking of the Brahma Shatya Jagat Mithya, that is actually knowledge. That is the path of knowledge. And here he is talking of the bhakti. Moksha karana samugrang, among things conducive to liberation, bhakti eva goryoshi. The bhakti alone hold the supreme place. You see the Hare Krishna people, right? If you go to the Hare Krishna temple, like the Mayapur, their headquarters, right, in India, 1,000 people dancing one time, singing. So that 1,000 people maybe came from 50 countries. They're all living in India, long time. Some come from Brazil, some from Colombia, some from Africa, some from Europe, some from North America, and those who follow the Hare Krishna. So they're taking the, what you call, sometimes Indian citizenship also, and they built one of the largest Hindu temple of the world. The President Ford, the, what you call, the Ford grandson, I forgot his name, he donated I think 60 million or some more, and he collected also altogether 100 million alone, maybe more. Imagine the Ford grandson, and he stay in that place, and you'll see maybe thousands and people from all over the world. So why I'm bringing this example, on the evening Aarti time, right? Evening Aarti time, they're raising their hand and dancing and chanting Hare Krishna, just only Krishna. We don't do here, you don't see so much people at our temple. But then you feel the touch of bhakti there. So what say that a lady grew up in American soil, born here, like one lady went from Kansas City. So they are taking an interview that you born in America, because people dream to go to America, and you yourself born there, and you had a different kind of food style, your culture is different, your dress is different, but you're coming all the way to this place, Mayapur, and tying sari and dressing like Indian women, and food is different. So how? But the way she is expressing, her face look like she's so happy. what making her happy, she knows only. And so my purpose to bring this example, to give an example of the bhakti. Because if you go to Vrindavan, Vrindavan, people will see the roads are dirty, and you might see pigs are walking and on the roadside, and the drainage is open drainage. And you might be wondering why the Vrindavan is so dust here. But when people go to Vrindavan, general Indian people, and forget of this one, I'm talking of the general Indian people, even when I go, so we take that dust to our forehead. Because this is the Vrindavan in this dust where Krishna used to do his childhood's play. He walked here, he used to go to the jungle to take care of the cows. And he did so much of story. I'm reading every day in the book, and now I'm in that land I'm walking. So I'm not thinking of the dust in the road. And I'm not, if you're too health conscious, you might see open a food store, dust is there, you'll feel, But then people bringing that dust, putting a small bowl and keeping in the home, touching it to the forehead, they feel the touch of Krishna. They feel, this is the Krishna's footprint is there. And hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Like say for example, when Jesus born in a horse stable, right? So there was dry grasses and all this. Even though we're living in America, but it's the Christmas time, people, built a kind of, they put grasses on the parking lot, yard, and they put a baby Krishna there, mommy is there. I see a horse also they will. So they don't mind to that, grasses or kind of, because that is the holy birthplace of Christ. Is extremely sacred. They don't care of the grass or, So same thing to practicing Hindus when they go to the Vrindavan. So all this coming because of the bhakti word coming here. Otherwise it would not come. The word bhakti is here. And if you remember of the Narad Bhakti Sutra, if you remember when you were doing the class, and what is bhakti, right? Second line giving here the example of bhakti. But before we go there, I'm quickly telling you the Narad Bhakti Sutra is the best book in the school of bhakti. So what Narad say, that a different example they give. Like you love to hear the word of God. You see sometimes lecture going on, and you sitting down and listening. Love to hear the wonder and greatness, glories, beauties of God. You love to hear. That is counted a one form of bhakti. You love to sing His glories. Like what you call that group who were very famous in singing in England, Beatles. So one of the singer from Beatles, he used to sing religious song. He sang one Krishna song also. I was listening one day. Imagine he born in England. He had a different culture. He born in Christian culture. Catholic, I think now. That was the Church of England. He grew up with that. But then, I think he met Prabhupada. And because he's a, the singer, artist. So artists are beyond of any religion, any country. Artist belongs to this planet Earth. An artist is the people of this planet Earth own the artist. He has no boundary. When an artist go to that state, he break all the boundaries of the world. Because he has follower all over the world. So I was listening that, I think George Harrison. George Harrison, right? Yeah. He was singing, and I was listening. And if you see how beautiful he's singing. One song I heard, I was in England, somebody was playing that. And I tell that this artist they belongs to this planet Earth. They don't have no boundary. They're different. So, and then you love to listen, you love to sing His glories also counted as a bhakti. You love to read His word. Hour after hour you reading Bhagavatam or Bible or whatever, Quran, whatever practice, or the Torah, or any, or Granth Sahib from the Gurudwara. If you see the Gurudwara Sikh people, if you go to their home, the people who keep turban, they don't cut the beard and all those. And if you go to their home, you will see the Granth Sahib is their religious book. They put the Granth Sahib at the altar. No other god, nothing. Maybe Guru Nanak, one picture, Guru Tegh Bahadur, they have 10 Guru. Maybe one picture, but at the altar is the Granth Sahib. They fanning it, they doing arti on it, and they putting like shayan, it's a room. That book, the Guru Granth Sahib takes, religious text, is God itself to them. So that is one form of bhakti. They're reading every day a little bit. But then Saint Narad say that is the highest class of bhakti, that without your love to God, you cannot survive even for 1 minute. You are unable to survive without your beloved God. That is the supreme state of bhakti. In Narad Bhakti Sutra, if you remember, if you go back to that book, you will see. And here let's see what Shankaracharya is telling. So first word, first line, say for the liberation, the things conducive to, what's the meaning of conducive? The right meaning?
Helpful.
Now helpful is too weak word.
Conducive.
Supportive, helping, these are weak words.
Essential.
Essential is the better word. Essential is the better word. So, to attain the final liberation, bhakti is the essential thing, and the supreme, Goryoshi is the supreme thing. Right? You could see here, devotion alone holds the supreme place. And then next line giving the definition of bhakti according to Shankaracharya. Swaswarupānusandhanam. Read please. Swaswarupānusandhanam. No. Swaswarupānusandhanam. Bhaktiritya vidhyate. So, the seeking after one's real nature is designated as devotion. So, Saswarupa Anusandhanam means you doing research on yourself. You analyzing, you doing judgment. You also seeking that who are you? What is my true identity? My children call me as father. My wife call me as a husband. My friend call me as a friend. My father call me as my son. My mother call me as my son. In office they call me as the boss. Right? These are my physical identity. But Swaswarupa Anusandhanam, what is my true identity? I am not the hand, I am not the feet, I am not the eyes, I am not the neck, throat, stomach or chest or back. I am not the hand and feet. So what is my true identity? Because this body, a bundle, 260 pieces of bones, I think around 260 pieces, a bundle of bone. Basically this body is a bundle of bones. So, and then we put flesh, like wiring in the building. So that we have wiring in the building, this body. And system built up by it produce blood. Kidney, cleaning the blood is going all the way to the heart, and the heart, pumping day, night, every moment, supplying blood every corner of our body, so the body functions properly. properly. Right? So, Saswarupa Anusandhanam, the doing research, questioning or analyzing what is my true identity. My kon who, who am I, where I came from here. That called bhakti, according to Adi Shankaracharya. It's a very beautiful, I'm very surprised that he's talking of the word bhakti, because somebody who is preaching Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, a same person talking of the bhakti, and he's telling that bhakti is the supreme way to reach God. Right? And that's why I brought some example from the Hare Krishna mission as I see them. I'm not talking the roadside kid, dressing good and walking in the street and singing. I'm not talking of that, but I see inside the temple. If you go to Vrindavan, where Lord Krishna spent his childhood days, there's a beautiful Hare Krishna temple. You could see mostly the foreign Vaishnavas living permanently in Vrindavan. They sitting here, they are making garland for Krishna, dressing Lord Krishna good, singing also Hare Krishna Kirtan. Thousands of Indian people coming from morning to all the way to the night 9. Thousands every day. And Prabhupada's body also, did Samadhi right there. And you feel the touch of God, the kind of environment they created there. So what we learned today in these 4 verses, first one we learn that practicing that samadhi, that 6 qualities which we talk many times, in a little bit slower way, even moderate way, with the help and blessings of Guru, it can work good. Ultimately, it can take me to the final goal of my life. And that verse number 29, we read that where the sense of detachment and that 6 qualities practice in a very intense way, Tasmin eva arthavantasu phalabanta samadaya. It brings the result faster. Third verse we read today, where these 6 qualities are practiced very little, and not like any hunger, we feel that kind of thing. It is almost, you feel like water in a desert. Result is very low. And the final one we read today, that the moksha karana samagram, among the things which help us to reach our spiritual goal, the devotion is the best way it holds the supreme place. And then Shankaracharya gave a definition of the what is bhakti. He says Saswarupa Anusandhanam. Doing analyzation or doing research that to identify my true, who am I? Yeah, who am I? Who am I? What's my true identity? Where I came from? What is my true purpose of life? Everybody go college, I went to the college. Everybody earn money, I earn the money. Everybody raise children, I raise children. Everybody see the grandchildren, I see my grandchildren. Everybody die, one day I will die. That is the whole purpose of life. It's a kind of self-analyzation. Or there is beyond of these things, there is something beyond of all these temporary things. Because that day we used to play at our home, we were little, we used to fight. That day we went to the school, it went so fast. That day we went to the first day of our college finished. That day I went fast to the office. And now I'm almost retiring. It went so fast. Right? Now my children married, I have my grandchildren. And it looked like, it's like dream. It happened so fast. So what is my true identity? So that is called self-analyzation. And among all these things, devotion is the supreme love to God, is the main source of attainment of moksha. And bhakti, the Saswarupa Anusandhanam. I'm researching, I'm doing research, I'm trying to understand my true identity. Right? I think this is enough today. What time now?
It's about 17.
8:17 is a good timing. So let me say a quick prayer for everybody. last time also I mentioned that we pray that let everybody in this world be in peace. Let all this disturbance going on in Israel and Middle East and Ukraine and Russia, the thousands of children they're losing their parent and suffering also, and so we pray that all this disturbance quickly finish, stop, and let people find out a way for permanent peace to this world. Om Ashato ma sadgamaya tamoso ma jyotirgamaya mrittur mam amritam gamaya aviravir maidhi aviravir maidhi aviravir maidhi. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Hari Om. Okay, I think you have to